So, the story coming into this game. Can the Raptors beat the Mavericks and win 11 straight and tie the franchise record? Well, last time we played Dallas, and the only time we played Dallas this season, back in Dallas on Boxing Day, and the Raptors stunk. No offense. They couldn't get their defense sorted out. They were awful. They lost. It was atrocious. We were all angry with that game. Coming into this one, Kyle Lowry sits the game for rest. But then I think to myself, well, he's pretty much had a lot of rest this season because him and DeMar haven't played a lot of crunch time games. But, okay, you are playing Dallas, so I understand it. First quarter, kind of back and forth. Neither team really gets any big momentum. 29-27 Raptors after one. Second quarter, really, the Raptors don't have a very good quarter. They shoot the rock poorly. They don't defend well at all. A lot of wide open looks for the Dallas Mavericks. 33-25 in there. And Raptors down 6 at the half. Not what you want. But again, like we've talked about in the last few videos, you're hanging around. And against a team that you should beat, like Dallas, you're hanging around, you have an opportunity to win today. Now, another thing, OG Anunoby was able to play. He got the start. I think he looked okay. I mean, he did look a little slow. He did only have 4 points, 2 of 3 shooting, 0 of 1 from 3, but he did look a little slow on the defensive end. And he's got to get accustomed to things again. Great to see him back out there. But let's skip right to the fourth quarter, because the Raptors and Mavericks were 24-21 in the third quarter. But when it comes to the fourth quarter, and the Raptors, like we've seen as of late, they have a way of getting that last push, and they start to crawl back in it. Big bucket by Fred, big bucket by DeMar, right? But then they come back and transition with a Harrison Barnes jump shot, or a Barea 3, or a Dwight Powell 3, and you're like, oh my God, they're just killing every one run we have. And with about 4 minutes left, Raptors get a turnover. They get the ball down the floor. DeMar lays it up and through. And I think we have at that point, it was like a 4-point game. And we're like, okay, hey, lots of time. Let's get it done. Just over a minute to play. DeMar DeRozan gets. I'm kind of shocked he got as much as he did on that shot with 1 more minute left. He takes the shot, bang! We are tied at 106. They get some tough shots late, and I mean, it's crazy, right? It's nuts because they're having some big shots. They can't knock down a shot. The defense by the Raptors down the stretch in that final minute was great. I got to give that the Mavericks credit, though. They did play so hard in this game. Look, you're the best team in the Eastern Conference. You're going to get these not-so-great teams. You're going to get their best shot. We saw with Brooklyn, and now we've seen it with Dallas. They played a good game, but you head to overtime, and this is where things get quite interesting. Let's just break this puppy down real quick, all right? Because there's a lot I want to discuss when it comes to this overtime. Let's just start to Fred VanVleet 3. It gets tipped, blocked. He misses it. Looks like it's going to go out of bounds. Kind of saved by their guy. DeLon Wright picks up the ball. Swings it. DeMar, 3. No! Ibaka with the rebound. Back to Freddie VanVleet. Steady Freddie knocks down the 3. And the Raptors lead by 3 at the time. 115-112. They come back, knock down to 3 of their own. And DeMar DeRozan goes to work. Gets the inside positioning on his defender. Lays it up and through. Nice job there. Wraps up 2. Then JV gets to the free throw line. Gets the first. Misses the second, but a great job by Pascal Siakam to tip the ball right back to JV. And he gets fouled once again, knocks down the 1 free throw, and 2-possession game. That's all she wrote. 119-115, Raptors win in overtime. All right, we're getting a little sick and tired of these close games against these not-so-great teams. But you can't play like this in your next one. I got to give this Raptor team credit. They did only shoot 47%, 33% from 3. So not their best shooting night, but they found a way to win. 122-115 Raptors win. Beautiful job there by these guys. 84% from the free throw line, 26 of 31. The rebounds, you out-rebounded them by 9. You doubled them on the offensive glass, 12-6. hey, that's a huge credit to JV because he's been a monster on the offensive glass as of late. 26 assists, 5 steals to their 7, 8 blocks to their 5, including Serge Ibaka's in overtime against Dennis Smith Jr. Holy smoke. Ibaka got up there. He got up there and was like, no, none of that stuff. None of that stuff in my house. Beautiful. Love it. When this team, I've noticed with this team, late in games, the defense just tightens up and they just look so strong. They did that today. They've kind of done it all season long. 13 turnovers for the Raptors, much better than, I think it was 19 in the last game, much better than that. Still over their season average, but you know what? It's okay. Who had the big nights? DeMar DeRozan, guys, with 29, 6 assists, 8 of 23 shooting, not the greatest, 34%, but he got to the line 14 times, was 12 of 14 from there, and 1 of 3 from 3. But the big thing, plus 19 on the floor for DeMar. We saw that in the last game. We saw that today. DeLon Wright got the start in favor of Kyle Lowry. He had 15 points, 5 boards, 6 assists, 6 of 15 shooting, 3 of 7 from 3, 42%, and a plus 13 on the floor. DeLon Wright did a terrific job filling in for Kyle. I mean, that was terrific. Ibaka 12 and 7, and JV Mr. Double-Double. I mean, he went 21 and 12 in 23 minutes. The guy's a freak. 7 of 9 shooting. 7 of 8 from the free throw line, and he was a plus 5 on the floor. JV is a monster right now. And we've seen in the playoffs how big he has been. You look back to the Cleveland series, I think it was a couple of years when we faced him in the conference finals. He was obviously went down with injury, but he was a big part of that team in that year. I think he's going to be another big piece to this team. And you look at the bench, 3 guys in double figures. Freddie VanVleet, 14 points, 4 boards, 8 assists. We talked about it in the last game, how he didn't shoot the ball all that great. Well, today, he was 5 of 12, 41%. But he was 3 of 8 from 3. Look, bottom line, he gave you 14 points, and he gave you 8 assists. Huge job by Freddie, plus 7 on the floor. Pascal Siakam with 12. He's been terrific as of late. You know, his back-to-back games of 12-point games. Hey, there you go, Pascal. And CJ Miles has kind of consistently been hitting double figures. He had 10 in this game. That's 4 straight games in double figures for CJ. Great to see there as well. And nothing really else happened for the guys. Jakob Poeltl had a nice block on JJ Barea, but I mean the size difference, what else do you expect? The Raptors come away with the victory and have now won 11 straight games. They have to go 8-5 the rest of the way to get 60 wins. Can they do it? Big test coming up though. Sunday afternoon, 1 p.m. tip-off. We welcome in Russell Westbrook and the Oklahoma City Thunder. You cannot play like you did today on Sunday afternoon. I mean, this team, I've noticed when the Raptors play a good team, they kind of rise to the occasion. We saw that with Houston, Boston, and Cleveland. And then you just barely beat Dallas and Brooklyn, right? So it's kind of something like that. You're facing a really good team. You're at home. We're the best home team in the league. You got to find a way to take care of business on your home floor, because then after that you go to Orlando and then you go to Cleveland on a back-to-back. So there you go. It doesn't get any easier the rest of the way, but like I said, 8-5 the rest of the way. Can we do it? I think we can. I think there's no question about it. This team can do it. What do you guys think? All right, so you know what, guys? That is going to do it for this game. You guys enjoyed this game, and you guys have enjoyed Raptor basketball over the last 11 games, really. I mean, they've been terrific all season long, but these last 11, we've had a lot of emotional games involved. Even this one, a game against Dallas, turns out to be an emotional wreck. But we win, so it doesn't really matter. All right, so you know what, guys? Hit that like I said, comment down below if you guys enjoy. Who's your MVP in this one? DeMar, JV, Freddie, DeLon Wright for filling in for Kyle. Who do you have as your MVP? All right, and we'll talk to you guys. What'll it be? You know, if I didn't say hit that like button, subscribe. If you guys enjoyed this one, subscribe. Hey, if you guys have not already, I wanted to fire that in there, but I forgot if I said it or not because I'm so flustered because how nuts this game was. Again, who is your MVP? What are your expectations for Oklahoma City at Tirana on Sunday? And big thing, you win that game, you have a franchise record, 12 straight wins. And that would be nice. All right? And plus, you're facing a good team, so people can't say you're just facing scrubs all the time. All right, and so we'll talk to you guys Tuesday podcast edition. We'll be breaking down everything Leafs, Raptors, Jays, around the leagues, all that stuff. Link is in the description for the podcast channel and the podcast itself on iTunes. Go check that out. We'll talk to you guys Monday, Jays edition. They won today against Philadelphia. Marcus Stroman's getting his first start of the spring tomorrow against the Canadian Junior National Team. Great to see that. Jaime Garcia was terrific today, by the way. We'll talk about all that stuff on Monday evening. And we'll talk to you guys Leafs edition tomorrow night as they're taking on the Montreal Canadiens at the ACC for the first time this year. Leafs look for their 4th straight win, and the magic number is 6 wins for the Leafs. They need 12 points as of right now to clinch a playoff spot. Can they do it? I think so. I think there's no question about it. You got to take game by game tomorrow, Saturday against Montreal Canadiens, 7 p.m. Puck drop there. And we'll talk to you guys Raptors edition, like I said, Sunday. Well, it'll be Sunday night because I'll be at my lovely girlfriend's on Sunday night. Or Sunday period, so I will be uploading that video to you guys Sunday night. Raptors at home taking the Oklahoma City Thunder, 1 p.m. tip-off, however. We'll talk to you guys then, looking for 12 straight, a franchise record.